Get ready.
Hey there, Marvel heroes, and welcome back to another review video. So today, Ms. Marvel did release on Disney Plus, so we're gonna go through episode 1 of Ms. Marvel. So without any further ado, let's head on over to me. Hi. Right. Okay. So Ms. Marvel, episode 1. Right. I'm gonna try and do as much spoiler free first, and then go into spoilers. Just to say, first of all, I'm not a big lover of this so far. There are lots of good things in it, but I don't think this is one for me just yet. I'm gonna stick it through. I will stick it all the way through because I do love being in the know for everything. And so yeah, it's just, to me it felt like a Disney Channel high school series so far. I know it's going to change when it becomes more superhero-y, but at the moment it is feeling very much high school Disney Channel series, really. So I'm a little bit gutted with that. But saying that, Moon Knight was a very dark series. It did have its moments where I thought it was confused with its audience, but this one seems to be more for a younger Marvel audience than an older Marvel audience. So it is tossing up between those two. It's like, do you please the more mature audience, or do you please everyone, or more of a younger audience up to a family audience? So I do think that this is what they played with this one. They're gonna have some that are dark and then some that are lighter. Now I might think that's gonna confuse a lot of audiences, because they people who've watched Moon Knight might go, oh, this is too dark for my children, and then they won't show them things like Ms. Marvel, which I think is fine for children. So I do think you do need to look at each series, each movie separately, and it's like and listen to the ratings, really, the little age ratings on there. But anyway, I thought the acting in it was fantastic. Iman, who plays Kamala, she was great at playing a teen. Well, she's actually a teen anyway, but she was great at playing this teenage character who is a little bit not oppressed, but she's overly protected by her family, and yeah, you get the sense of that throughout the episode, and it is a bit like eye rolling, because the mother is very protective. Obviously she's going to be telling something in future episodes of why she's overprotective. So yeah, I just thought that was it's a bit too predictable, really, and we like unpredictable chaos with our shows usually. I thought the music was great because it kicks off with same track that's on the trailer, and you're thinking, oh, maybe it's going to be like this retro feel all the way through. Not so much. It's still got it. It's like I said, it's very much a Disney Channel high school series. But saying that, it has some really cool things. That's taken from like a Disney Channel high school show, because you have things like the graphics that are being used when they're texting and things like that. The graphics are like on the road, or they're in the windows, neon lights change and things like that, and I thought that was really cool. There's one scene when they're riding on 2 bicycles, and they're talking through things, like mashups of different Marvel heroes, and you see in the background all these animations going on the wall, like a graffiti art, but also like if you've done a 2D drawing on paper and they've cut it out, but it's animated on the background and things. I thought that was really cool, and I'll talk about the intro in the spoiler section, because I thought that was an interesting one as well. I thought the theme song is very Pakistani. I thought that I felt it was that kind of culture music, which is I think what they're going for. So I quite like that. It's nice to see that this family's dynamic and things, and I believe that's how most families like that behave when protecting their children, and especially their daughters. So I thought that was really cool how they're making it more diverse and things there. So I did like I liked that in there. Yeah. What else can I say that's spoiler free? I don't think there's anything else really I can say that's spoiler free there. So I'll quick glance down on my notes. Yeah. Just to let you know, this is spoiler free, that there is a post credit scene. Just to let you know. So once you see the animated credits coming up, stick with it. And there is a post credit scene. Once just the ordinary text ones come up, then there's no more post credits on there. It's only a little one, and I'm sure we'll learn more about what that is later. But anyway, that is the spoiler free now. So I'm going to go into the spoiler review. So if you haven't watched it yet and you don't want any spoilers, then do pause the video here, go watch it, and come back and have a chat with us on this one. Yes, so don't forget to click that subscribe button too. Oh, beep, beep, beep. That's not the actual button, that's just me prompting it. The button's down there. So yeah, go press that. So this is enough of your spoiler warning. Where do I start now with the spoilers? Let's start at the beginning, the intro. I really enjoyed the intro. You know what? Notice Moon Knight is in the Marvel Studios animated. They're like the when they going through the comics and the cinematic universe and things like that. You do see Moon Knight in there as well, so that's a nice little addition. And it starts off with Kamala's little YouTube channel or whatever they're using, and she's done like a bit of an animatic of the end game last battle, showing how Captain Marvel was the hero of it because everyone was losing before she came, and I thought that was pretty cool. I did like that. It was pretty cool. And she also mentions that to come back next time, and I'll tell you why Thor is a secret gamer, because obviously in Endgame he does game, which is that's there. So like I said in the spoiler-free section, I thought this was very, very much like a Disney Channel high school thing. It's like we got all the problems of being in high school, being bullied, and all this, and you've got this Mr. Wilson character, who, to me, he's very creepy because he's trying to be cool, and it just comes off really creepy. In my opinion, people might think that he's quite funny, but no, he's making a joke over the tannoy to get Kamala to come there, and then he's like, "Oh no, Mr. Wilson's my dad," and blah blah. It's like eye roll moment again, but no, there's I did not like his character, and I didn't like the whole thing in school. I know you need to address the situation that she is. She's been bullied in school, and she's not very popular, and you get in the background of her character, so that is fair enough, really, with that, and then the background of her family, and it's just like it's really pushed in your face. This she is an outsider, she's a nerd, she likes Comic-Cons and cosplay and things like that, so it's wrong, and it's like it's not wrong. It's like, hello, a lot of us do it. A lot of you watching will go to Comic-Cons and cosplay it, and a lot of people watching Miss Marvel would be that as well. So it's like, don't make it out that we're outsiders and things, because we're not. It's to be honest, it's quite the new hip thing. To be honest, it's like any Tom, Dick, and Harry will go now to a Comic-Con. So it's yeah, happy days. What else have I got here then? Oh yeah, going back to Mr. Wilson, he quotes Mulan, who is that girl I see? And she actually picks up on that as well. She's like, did you just quote from Mulan? So yeah, so we got Disney, Marvel, and also they mentioned Darth Vader in it as well. So hey ho, all they need is a National Geographic thing. Anyways, I've said about the Disney Channel. Just going quickly through my notes here now, and it's I don't know, guys. It's very. I'm not a major lover of this. I spoke about a lot of this in the spoiler free, but Bruno, the boy that she's with, obviously a love interest, and he will be a love interest throughout, I do believe. But he's wearing he's a gadget man. He likes tech, and he makes like this Alexa device. I can't say it too loud because there's one right there. And the control like the TV and the lights and blah blah blah. He makes one, and also he makes her gloves and things like that. But what I found interesting is he's wearing like an arc reactor type shirt. There's like a logo of an arc reactor on his shirt, and he wears a lot of red as well. So it's like, is he going to be the new Iron Man, Iron Boy, if you will? So I thought that was quite interesting. Bruno, we do talk about Bruno because I'm interested at Bruno's character. So I might actually have to do a little bit of digging about Bruno and what where he goes from there. And I love the fact that he isn't in cosplay, first of all, but he turns up and he looks a lot like Marty McFly, which I've cosplayed a few times, because he had this red thing. I thought he was actually wearing a Marty McFly costume to this convention, and we'll talk about that convention in a moment now. But then he turns into he puts a lab coat on, and he's Bruce Banner. Simple but effective cosplay. Well done. But I still think he looked like Marty McFly coming in. And her costume looks great when she's cosplaying as Captain Marvel. It does very much feel like a cosplay, and you do have a lot of. You can see the different variations of cosplayers there, which is what you would find at a Comic-Con. So let's talk quickly about this Comic-Con now. It's called AvengerCon. It's the very first one. Now the first thing that strikes me strange is it's a nighttime convention, which I've never been to a nighttime convention. It's always been over a weekend. In the daytime, you do have your after parties, but this is a night convention, so that to me is a bit strange. And then when they went into the actual convention, it didn't seem like a convention at all. It just looked like a nightclub that's got a few stalls and stuff around. It's like every convention I've been to has never been this really darkly lit with like certain areas and things like that, and like this mist and things, and it did not seem like any convention that I have ever been to. And I've seen quite a few I've never been to an American convention, but I've seen a lot of them, and they look pretty much similar to our conventions here, which is a very massive hall, very brightly lit, because they don't black out the windows or anything like that, and don't do any special lighting and things. Yes, there are a lot of exhibits and things like the Captain Marvel that was that's floating there, and a chair for you to have photos on, and Mjolnir and things like that. So that was right and things. It just seemed that the overall aesthetic of it was a bit wrong to me. My thing go evening con ? It's like, is that a thing in America? Do they do evening conventions? It's like I said, it's like I've been to after parties at conventions, but I've never been to an evening convention. So do they actually exist, or is this just something that Marvel has just made up for this? Who knows? So then she does get a box from her nan. And it's just filled with all jewelry, and her mother saying it's junk and things, and she finds this bracelet, and we've know from the trailers that this will give her powers, but her mother's like, no, it's junk, and she takes it up there to the attic, and it's gone. But the best thing about this cosplay thing is you have to make it your own cosplay, or personal to you, really. So the way that she wants to do it, she remembers this bracelet, and she's going to put that bracelet on to make it her and things, really. And so she goes to this convention. Just when she's about to go on, she pops this bracelet on, and you can see the cosmic energy coming around her, which is pretty cool. Really, and her eyes turn this purple, which is what the thumbnail of this video is. And then she she goes up onto the stage, and you could tell it's a first time cosplay masquerade person, because she's like shielding herself from all the flashes and things like that, and she's nervous. She is only 16 in the end of the day, and some 16-year-olds are very confident, and others aren't so confident, and you can see that she's the latter. And then she pushes her hand out, and then this big cosmic beam comes out, which is a really cool effect as well. I do think that the effects in this series, in this episode, were amazing, and that is one of my favorite things about this, is the graphics and the effects that were used. But yes, she's like doing all this, and they're loving it. The actual crowd's loving it. But then she accidentally hits Iron Man's head, Ant-Man's head, and it falls off, rolls into Mjolnir, and that moves and everything, and it knocks the Poplar girl. She grabs it. It's a bit of a comedic. It's supposed to be like horrific. It's like, oh no, what's going on? She's this poor girl, but it's quite funny in the way she's just clinging to this Mjolnir, and then she falls, and Kamala goes there with her stretchy hand. Now, I love the fact that it's cosmic powers, and not, because in the comic book she does actually stretch and things like that, but I love the fact that in this it's all cosmic energy. That's the actual powers. So yeah, to me that's much better than having her stretch and things like that. So it's like my knowledge on Ms. Marvel is only limited to the Square Enix Marvel Avengers video game, which if you go to our gaming channel, which is youtube.com/Skybot Gaming, we do have some playthroughs of that there, so you can have a little watch of us playing those games. But yeah, that's the limited of my knowledge. Now on Disney Plus, there is like an episode called like The Guide to Ms. Marvel, something like that. I can't really remember what it's called, but it's on Disney Plus now. It came out last week, and it shows you from comic book to screen now, really. And I haven't watched it yet, but I am going to watch it before next week's episode, so I can give a bit more information really on the character, because I am really interested in learning more about the character and the comparison between the Marvel one. But that is all I'm going to say for this one, guys. I'm going to give it a low rank. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, just because I wasn't a major lover of it, to be honest. 5 out of 10. And yeah, I know it's going to get better, because once the superhero-ness in it, I think I'm going to enjoy that a bit more. I think this is aimed more towards teenagers and early 20s maybe, but I do think it's for a younger audience more than an older audience. So on that is why it's a 5. I absolutely loved the graphics and the animations and everything like that, and the CG, everything like that was amazing. Iman, who played Kamala, was amazing. Even the guy who played Bruno was really good. The family, I wasn't overly joyous with, and the whole aesthetics of if you're a nerd, then you're weird and an outsider, which I don't think is right in this day and age anymore. I think it was back when I was in school. If you were a geek, you were picked on very, very much, and I do believe that now it's more popular to have these, because Marvel is mainstream now and things. So yes, there is still bullying going on with younger people, but I do think that yeah, I think we're at the stage now where it's more acceptable to be a geek. I know that's a weird statement, But yeah, it is. But that is all I'm going to say there, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to pop your comments and your thoughts about episode 1 of Ms. Marvel down below. I will be back on Saturday morning to give my Obi-Wan episode 4 review. I can't believe we're on episode 4 already. It is a weird thing that today is Ms. Marvel and Obi-Wan. I haven't got enough time to watch it all and review it all at the same time. So I will be coming back on Saturday morning and I'll do a live. So please pop along and have a chat with me then. But that is all I'm going to say today, guys. Until next time. Bye.